This Is Not a Drill begins with your performance tonight in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
It does.
And it has been described as being different from any other Roger Waters or Pink Floyd production than anybody has ever seen. For one thing, it's in the round.
Yeah, that's new, completely new. And that is the same fundamentally as the plan that we had back in 2020. Sean Evans and Jeremy Lloyd have come up with this, great set to work in the round. Probably, I don't know where the idea came from. Certainly it didn't come from me, but I may be wrong. And it's really exciting, as people tonight here in Pittsburgh will see, and elsewhere when we take it elsewhere.
Well, it fundamentally changes your physical proximity to the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not only going to look different to them, it's going to look different to you on the stage.
Yes, it is. And there is the central motif in the middle of the arena is a crucifix-shaped stage, except it's symmetrical. So it's not taller than it is wide, like the crucifix that we all remember from the Bible. And so that's the shape of the stage. And on this stage, there is a monolith of LED screens built in the shape of a three-dimensional cross, but it's 20 feet high, and however many 100 feet it is lengthwise, and however many feet it is. So it's an enormous edifice. And Sean Evans and I and Andy Jennison and Megan, a small team of it, plus many others coming in, have spent the last couple of years working on the content of the images and the words and the message and the love that will appear upon that monolith during the couple of hours or so that we're on stage.
When you decided, Roger, from your vast catalog, what compositions you were going to include in this particular production, was that something that you did in a solitary way, or did you collaborate with others?
No, I don't. No, it's not. I don't do that in a vacuum. I collaborated mainly with Sean and my co-workers, the people I'm working with on the content of the thing, and discuss it. Also, I am under a huge amount of pressure from the promoters of the show, who this year, like the whole Us and Them tour, are AEG, who understandably might have a slightly different agenda than I do. And so they are constantly trying to put my thumb harder and harder on the Pink Floyd button. And I'm constantly trying to move my thumb off the Pink Floyd button onto the, this is how I feel about my brothers and sisters all over the world. And we have to act collectively to stop our appalling cretinous leaders from destroying the world. My thumb is always drifting over to that button. So we arrive at a compromise. And that's not to say that there's not a lot of the love for humanity in the work I did when I was with Pink Floyd. There is. That's why we still do Us and Them, and that's why we still do Eclipse and Brain Damage and a lot of the old faithfuls and Wish You Were Here. And so there's a lot of Pink Floyd stuff in the show.
Well, tonight, July 6th, a community will gather together in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to see the opening performance in the This Is Not a Drill. Do they include, say, work from your most recent album?
Yeah, they do. And they include work that I've done, songs that I've written since the most recent album. I mean,
so there will be some music that's brand new, never before heard, that will be a part of the show.
Yeah, exactly. There's one very long song that I wrote during the COVID lockdown. As I'm sure you know, but some of your listeners might not, during the 2 years of COVID lockdown, my band and I together made new versions of a number of songs. And the beginning of the process was doing songs that we had done during the Us and Them tour as encores. So we started with Mother, but we went on, and we did, and they're beautiful recordings. I really like them. I have no doubt that it will be an album at some point. Anyway, what are we doing in this show from those? Two Suns in the Sunset is a very important song. That's not new, obviously. That's from the final cut from Pink Floyd. But Is This the Life We Really Want? The title track from that album. We're doing that song. That's the first time it will ever be performed. There's a brand new song called The Bar. It's 14 minutes long. We're not doing 14 minutes. I'm doing little bits of it, just as a flavor, just because there's some parts of it that I really wanted to do. And one of the things I've done is during all of this is I wrote something in final draft, which is a film industry writing thing. This is what I wrote because this will be the point in the show where I speak to the audience for the first time. And it's just after I sing a song called The Bravery of Being Out of Range, which again, we remember from Pink Floyd days. And I'll just read you what I've written. I wrote, wow, welcome. Here we are. Finally. It's good to be here. Right. I need to clear something up. I'm about to do a short excerpt from a new song I wrote during COVID lockdown. This new song is called The Bar. We are all here in the bar now. The bar for tonight is this arena where we gather. And by we, I mean all those of us. I'll sound a bit preachy now, but I don't care. I mean all those of us who actually, really, genuinely cross our hearts and hope to die, believe in human rights and freedom and equality and democracy for all our brothers and sisters all over the world, irrespective of their ethnicity or nationality or race or politics or religion. Okay, ... And it goes on. But I'm glad that I wrote that down, although it sounds a bit pedantic and direct. I may use that text.
Well, tonight, July 6th, a community will gather together in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to see the opening performance of This Is Not a Drill.